announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
О, нефритовый дворец восстанавливать хочешь? Молодец.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity. Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare interest in joining the project.
Я не хочу.
Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Нифига задача. Тут никто не справится, кроме нас.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with it. Although these three items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an...
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about...
Угу. Плау-стрит уже есть, значит. Кто-то в курсе.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be...
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge...
Угу.
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
Любой вопрос?
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Если знает это, ну, блядь, пиздец награда тогда.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business.
Нет, Паймон, задам вопрос я.
Short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as... I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. Remember, this is a race against the clock.
Окей, окей.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, first we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look, it seems like there's something kind of
Знакомый
fishy going
персонаж
on out
стоит.
there.
Только не могу вспомнить, кто.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me.
А, это новая,
I
которая.
can see that you're As it happens, we have some information about the material.
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Hey, come, why don't you stand there? Oh, right, yeah.
Чего к ней пристали вообще, вопрос? Типа она знает, где все три ресурса находятся. Ветер дует, журавли возвращаются. Ну да. Мыши тоже возвращаются. Что это за хуйня мне мигает? Не хочу, мне это не интересно. Блять, чё мне FPS просаживается? Аж раздражает. Типа перезапустить, что ли? Вот они.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run. Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you a little info.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the The energy she gives off, I'm telling you, there's something different.
Белые
about
волосы,
her.
ты что, слепой? Это далеко
So
не
what?
белые.
She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts?
I've already told you. I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over, and no
I won't.
no more excuses. Yeah, I saw you strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wan Min restaurant. Same story each time. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Leo, but here we are. Perhaps. Yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything
Вот
she's
они.
worth.
Oh, you again.
The Millilith. What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your...
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians?
No, don't be angry.
Да она не беловолосая, блин, у нее цвет... Вот белая волосая, блин. У Пайман белые волосы, у нее не белые.
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Привет.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
I've heard about you two before.
На здоровье.
I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a hand.
You can't do that. That's way too
Нормально,
much.
Пайман, это
This is
прикольно.
Lila Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws?
Не слышала?
No. Apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
О, знакомый звук.
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering. Then of course you're still hungry.
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
Так это лекарство.
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. After all, you can't...
Тебе лишь бы похавать, Пайман, как обычно. Ты вообще не удивляешь. Чего?
Shenhe might be an adeptus?
Сомневаюсь.
It seems like it's her first time in Lila
Are you here to
Harbor,
buy some herbs?
and she doesn't
I
seem
do
to
hope you
get
brought your
how
prescription.
things work here. If she is
Chingson,
an adeptus,
glaze lily,
that
and
would
violet grass,
explain
please.
everything.
Пайман, заткнись.
Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order.
Thank you.
She's really eating them.
My hunger has now abated.
Они правда вкусные?
Rather awful.
А нафига есть
Though
тогда?
they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming...
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the food of the mortal realm is most
Ага,
delicious.
все-таки адепт.
But should I return to the mountains, you're sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste.
Return to the mountains.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot. We came out to take part in the and now we're probably.
I see. I heard something about...
Yep. You get to ask Ningguang any. Were you interested in the
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had... However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like...
Wow. You really don't have, but having an adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier.
Добро пожаловать в
Then let's
команду.
not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesome.
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of...
О, нет, жульничество уже какое-то.
Acceptable.
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence.
Look, we want to win this competition. Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Course, and Adepti.
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So,
Здорово.
it's you.
Baiju, what are you doing out?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I did. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very.
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you.
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if
Хорошо. FPS 2 ты не будешь баловаться, я тебя прошу. Ты меня заебываешь уже. Возможно, это из-за новых настроек, скорее всего. Для того, чтобы качество было получше. А то я, когда до этого пересматривал стримы по Геншину, это был полный пиздец, там почти ничего не видно было. А сейчас уже полегче стало. Да, мне и ноут даже лагает до сих пор.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
О,
Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master.
Hey, Xingqiu, glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the...
Нифига. Вряд ли соберем столько.
I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Who?
Yes. Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away. Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after—
That's great! But wouldn't it be a little,
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that? Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of— Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms.
Окей.
We will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
Thanks, Indo. Ты что занервничала-то так? Амулет адептов еще надо каким-то образом найти. Ну это у адептов надо спрашивать, между прочим, наших знакомых. Я думаю, они нам что-то подскажут в этом плане. Женька?
Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but
Так это и есть
I
оно.
didn't see anything.
Просто затоплено. И чё?
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I...
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around.
Так дай мне это сделать, Пайман.
Is that a new Sealy over there?
Угу. И куда ты поведешь? Тихо. Это что, шутка какая-то? Под водопадом. Ну, логично. Я уже вообще немного даже разучился играть.
Weren't we at a waterfall just now? Whoa, so many clouds. It feels like we're high.
I believe this is the abode. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite will...
Really? Let Paimon see. Huh? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete.
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial... If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mech...
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place.
Ну а как здесь монстры-то оказались? Это вообще обитель. О, Шэнхэ.
Unleash! Obey!
Ага, я понял, как ты работаешь. Ну погнали. Может, наконец-то подеремся. То есть тут нужно каким-то образом... Ага, пройти. Я понял, по облакам можно спокойно бегать. Хорошо. О!
Unleash! Obey!
А, блядь, не то.
A touch of frost.
Тебе там нормально, дружочек? Слезть не хочешь?
Swift and merciful.
Вот так-то. А, увидел. В обители адептов мне всегда очень нравилась музыка. Она такая спокойная, не напряженная. Ядро древней информации надо еще и отпиздить. Залезь! Блять, он еще так сел, блять, неудобно. Все, потихоньку возвращаемся, так сказать, по скиллу. Ну? Долго мне нажимать еще это? Разрушите барьер. О, а куда мне это ведет? И на кой он мне сдался? Типа секрет какая-то? Ну да. Какая-то секретка. Осталось эту хрень сломать. Но я думаю, что-то еще вылезет.
This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Time for retribution. Forth, my blade. From whence you came.
Do your master's bidding. The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Все, сломали. И полетели вниз. Да, не важно.
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first. By ordinance divine!
Ready, steady, go! Let's dance.
Everybody stand back!
Да, его побей.
My blade, from whence you came.
I'm going in!
Я решил зайти проверить, что за обнова тут интересная такая.
One with my blade.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Без големов обойдемся? Или все-таки не обойдемся без големов? Не обойдемся. Почему его напоследок оставили? Потому что он, ну, несложный же. Големчик-то. Пойму, ну успокойся, ты летаешь хотя бы. Памин, хорошо, что у меня есть крылья. Вообще-то. Ну. Ага. Ну это легко.
A touch of frost. Submit for judgment.
Do your master's bidding! Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Manifest!
Forth, my blade, from whence you came.
Решил прокачаться.
Obey!
Не вижу! Нихуя не вижу! Да я нихуя не вижу! Отпусти меня, блядь! Где я вообще нахуй? Уф. Урод, блядь. А тебе ночной при свете дня пизды получишь от меня.
One with my blade.
Давай без этой хуйни.
Unleash! Obey! By ordinance divine!
A touch of spirit blade.
Everybody stand back!
Да ёптать.
Swift and merciful, from whence you came.
О. Хуйня потная.
Let the show begin.
Пойдем дальше. Ну чё, светлячок, куда дальше-то? Показывай. Воу.
Look over there. Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Судя по всему, это он. Да и причем его тут дохера на самом деле. Иди. Чай мне все это дело. Я так и думал. Если это все, что предлагается в обновлении, вот просто вот эту вот подземку только, и все, я буду очень разочарован.
Is this it? Is this the sunset It's so huge.
Так нефритовый тоже не маленький.
True, but then again,
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinaries. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature.
wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to... I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect...
Hold on a sec. Paimon, if we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back. But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it?
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
О,
Are
давай.
you sure?
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged.
Паймон беспокоится о тебе.
My safety.
That's right. Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything. But if something this heavy, you gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects.
Is it now? I'll go on ahead with the Plaustrite. Let's meet at the building.
Угу, хорошо.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself?
Да, адепт она, успокойся. Паймон, ты что, до сих пор не поняла? Экономия, ну да. А я ивенты, кстати, вообще не прохожу, мне они скучные. Я вот зашел только посмотреть вот эту сюжетку. Что тут новое, вот новую локацию. И все. Я уже давно перестал все это фармить. Мне уже, ну, как бы тошнит от этого. Я не люблю игры с вот этого бесконечным фармом, там. Даже если ивенты какие-то постоянно приходят новые, они для меня скучные. Это все одно и то же. Проверь персонажа, выполни какие-то другие дурацкие квесты, которые, между прочим, по всему миру разбросаны в сотнях. Мне это вообще не интересно. О, притащил в натуре.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's gotta be one of...
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap...
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply I'm going to
Отлично.
award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering
А я
this to
Black
some other
Mouse.
people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe, and
So you're the ones behind this. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's...
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plaster. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as... Now, please excuse me. As you can see...
Нам дом даже взяли.
Shenhe, just now on the way over...
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her...
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect.
Yeah, 'cause that's how adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
Ну-ка.
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since...
Well, Byron said that there are some
No need. I simply need to...
You can't do that. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed.
Вот именно.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's...
В прятки пару раз сыграть можно. В прятки? Какие еще прятки? Да, блять, я уже это посмотрел. А, не, я еще получил. А, эти. Игроки делятся на две команды. А, то есть это уже как онлайновый ивент. Не, вот тут нормально, да, это проверим потом, конечно. О, вот это наш домик маленький. Какой-то он прям милипиздрический на самом деле. Такую глыбу принесли, а нам такой домик? Что это за какашка? Это для кого вообще?
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just... Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. So, business is booming for me today. Very...
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is... Here are your keys.
Да давайте нам этот номер для двоих-то нормально.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight
Паймон, ты меня
snack,
порой
or
пугаешь.
save it for breakfast.
All right. I will head to my... If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
Давай увидимся завтра.
See you...
Hey, isn't that Cloud Retainer?
О,
What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
пойдем поздороваемся. Блин, Паймон вот реально меня порой пугает. Типа, вот есть вот эта вот реклама Сникерса, по-моему, да? Ты не ты, когда голоден. Вот Паймон, походу, такая, типа, она вообще не то создание, которое привык. Начинает ржать как-то странно, типа, как мужик здоровый. О, вот ты где. Здорово.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
Да, мы поладили.
So good, yeah.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Li...
Cool. So, calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful.
Her adeptus name. Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an...
Don't all adepti have a special...
On this latter point, you are correct. However,
Человек.
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already?
Не, я не догадался до сих пор.
So is Paimon the only one?
do you mean to say that she presents differently from all...
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are...
Почему, Паймон, ты об этом сказала? А тебя не смущает то, что она мизинца подняла огроменный камень и пошла, блядь, с ним? Это вообще тебя не смущает, да?
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, one first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains.
Божество.
Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand.
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong will. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm. Red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her...
Она все
It is
слышала.
only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to...
Oh, now Paimon gets...
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The true Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liu and the Hu. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough...
Заботливая еще, оказывается, стала-то, блядь.
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti.
Она, кстати, вроде тетя Чуньюня, но это упоминалось только в ее трейлере.
Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect
Его?
all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.
Ты в курсе, что у тебя тетя адепт? Ух, ебать, я покосился. Прикольно. Ну только Чуньюнь-то посильнее ее будет. Anyway. По крайней мере, хотя бы как баффер. Потому что как керри, я, блядь, потенциала у него не увидел вообще. Элементаль какой-то инициатор там. Ну, может быть. Блядь. Какое время надо? 8 утра? Она бафер для Крио Кири. Так она вообще не бафает. В том-то и прикол. Типа у нее ульта есть нормальная. И все. Только через ульту ее работает только. Как Беннет.
Shenhe,
Master has relayed my situation to you. I take
Я
it.
же говорил, что она все слышала.
oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in.
В обнимку хотела поспать.
I was worried that something may have happened to you. So I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told
Рассказала.
you. After all, master is
Вот они эти
very
нитки.
talkative.
Типа веревки.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an Adeptus.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Но она будущая адепт типа. Все
The fault
равно.
is mine for not explaining
Либо
everything to you
Архонт
sooner.
вообще.
Because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you
Нет.
treated me as you would a friend.
Так у нас все адепты, друзья.
For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old...
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I...
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should... But before we do that, let's go to the building site and after all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua.
Пайман врет, мы ничего не покупали.
They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Ты какой-то человек там сейчас стоял? Стопудово какой-то игровой. О. Да, чтоб не улетел, естественно. Во! Вот я ее видел.
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into two phases to make... Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's key. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peak. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and...
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to
Да, Байду, ты нас познакомишь тут с подругой?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who...
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
Привет.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... Sorry, not sure we've met.
А, это наша подруга уже.
Shenhua. I am their... friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side. Wow! So it looks like the three of us are competitors now! Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted...
In that case, I have a proposal to make.
Объединиться?
Lady said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to succeed.
Неплохо.
But how does that change things?
I think I see where the plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so... How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting.
Да не против, это побыстрее будет.
Alright, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship.
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
John?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all... I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Давай. И просто в конце мы их кидаем.
Let's go!
И 3 вопроса задаем.
By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yun? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Ooh, what's the opera called? The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
А, знакомая история что-то. Стой. И, короче, многие скипают ради Журавли и Ганьюй, которые 25 числа будут. Но с ней, кстати, Сяо. Его тоже многие ждали. Сейчас банили. Тоже бафер, но бафер самую обычную атаку. Делюку бы хорошо забав тоже обычную атаку дополнительно, если такая возможность есть. Чунюнь, конечно, ну, хороший саппорт тоже для меня под делюк-то. Но в последнее время он слабовато все это делает.
Hello.
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering...
Of course I have. Sorry,
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry.
Yunjin? Stage use. Oh, so... sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing... So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, the types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore...
Sure. Well, you'll need 2 kinds.
Was.
If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though...
И как найти?
I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that, of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the Divine Damsel of Devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Perhaps it can give me some inspiration.
I ride on wind and cloud alike.
Сколько у меня вообще от этой хуйни? 731. Маловато. Блять, перезапустить что ли? То ли мне просто FPS прям ебашит. Страдает прям FPS. Не знаю почему. Ну, скорее всего, из-за новых настроек. Только из-за этого, может. Потому что раньше мне все было нормально. Не лови скрипт этот. Дай заберем. Все.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these No wonder the legend of the Divine Damsel of Devastation is said to have taken place here. The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. What's the story about that? It's the story of a girl. Cool! A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite! The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a in that village. There was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, if you want to live, you must sacrifice a child. What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster. No! Don't do it, little girl! Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair,
feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived,
Вот она, эта девушка, она стоит перед тобой, ты на нее
and
смотришь.
entered into
По
a
твоему
fierce
рассказу.
struggle with the monster. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, and so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air.
I really like this story.
Я могу так вечно сейчас стоять. Просто молча, блядь. Пойми, это вот она.
But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his...
I think it's a great story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon. Let's go get her.
Да неужели? Вот хоть Паймон правильно сказал. Заебали пиздеть. Пошли. Ау. УПС. А ты что здесь делаешь, светлячок? У меня к тебе такой вопрос. Выбор сложно, короче. С одной стороны бафер для кривых персов, плюс сильная анема ДД. На кучей условий. С другой ганьей. Сильная ДД, которая без реакции может наносить огромный дамаг. А также не требует больших усилий. Все забрал. А то я краем глаза только играю. Плюс самый простой щит в мире. Но знаешь, в гейминг никто не отменял. Тут каждый для себя решает. Ну, мне вообще пофиг. Я захожу чисто для того, чтобы смотреть, что тут добавили. И все. Мне остальное просто насрать. Я уже перестал в нее играть. Я вообще думал о том, чтобы ее удалить в скорое времени уже. Чтобы место не занимало. Ага. Ага. И вон вторая.
This should be enough Star Splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here.
По дороге ты сейчас ее
Master
видишь.
said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Шанхай, кстати, вроде рекорд установил. Самые большие бубы в Тайвате.
Hey, do we
Шанхай? Ее? Не.
Yunjin, looks like you were right.
А чё?
Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something?
Ты там дрочишь, что ли, стоишь?
Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by, and one...
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me.
Ну да, бубенцы у него
I'd like
нормальные
to have a
такие.
word with this gentleman, if that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. The rumor.
А, это та самая деревня, да?
So, I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
Huh? You know this guy?
Это тот, кто отдал ее
Thank you, kind sir. Well, don't worry.
демону.
Mingjin has no ill intention towards me.
Okay, then let's see what we...
Ебать, да, здоровенная. Хотя, по-моему, она может сравниться с этой, которую вот Бэйдоу мы сейчас встретили-то. У них, по-моему, у обеих большие размеры.
What's this?
На паузе почитайте.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think
Да.
about it, She does behave rather like an adeptus, so that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. According to this text, the divine dam, and she didn't volunteer. She was
А это значит
sacrificed
ее
to the
отец.
monster. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as... Oh, it looks like my father may need...
Вот именно.
So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved. Still, I do wonder what the connection is between Shenhe
Блять,
and
отец он
Ninja.
ее.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosium. Let's have a look over there.
Какой-то прям сюжет для детей прям. О, как? А почему? А как он связан? Блин, тут уже все понятно. Евгений Грицевич, вы можете найти Саброси, если встанете посреди озера к югу от горы Тинхен на закате и посмотрите направление заходящего солнца. Вот это я запомню.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of... Let's go back and tell Shen...
Типа выделяет же не просто так синим-то. Ну что, поговорил с батей? Или еще надо время?
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from
Да,
a
блять, у нее не белые волосы.
I was a very close friend of your father's.
Что за...
I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let
это не её отец.
let it all escalate. I bring flowers back
Друг
here
его.
every year. And each time I wish I had a...
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found there is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love.
Do you still...
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not...
It must have been so tough.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end.
Ничего не чувствует, но зато улыбается.
Shenhe, look. This tells us how to find Sabro...
Let's go then.
Что?
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk just now. In the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me...
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of you. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder what...
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become...
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go!
Да, Паймон, да! Да! Ты все правильно говоришь.
Someone else beat us to it!
Мне даже добавлять нечего. Наконец-то Паймона заменяет. Заебали пиздеть реально. По 18:30. А 17:20 сделаем. Чтобы я солнце увидел. Угу. Да, блядь, а для чего тогда выделяют синим-то, если это нахрен не надо никому? О, Сяо. Вот туда надо смотреть, и мы найдем. Ну там Сяо стоит, походу. Или как тебе там? Вроде он. Вот он. Да? Да.
That's everything we need. Let's head back and report in. Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Здорово, Сяо, а ты что здесь?
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea?
Опасность?
Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, but these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency. Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Угу. Понял. Пойду-ка золотой сундук, раз уж по пути. Просто так, потому что хочу. А, расскажешь кому-нибудь другому. Держите, ребят, ульту. Мне не жалко.
Better than nothing.
Пинк такое ощущение, что повысился. Вот я хочу с Бэйдоу сравнить. Сам знаешь чего. Я думаю, мы все равно встретимся с ними сейчас еще раз. Ядро у нас есть, уже хорошо. А когда я в эту пойду там, блин, ну, локацию-то? Ёптать.
Oh.
Oh.
So,
This is some top quality ore you found. I guess now it's my time to shine.
Давай.
Hey everyone, how's
Oh.
the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end.
У нее тоже бубенцы здоровые.
Leave the wonder cores to me.
О, ебать, хороший вид, кстати. Стой. Можно сравнить пока. Да, бля, мне кажется, что у них одинаково, на самом деле. Просто у нее подлиннее это будет. А у нее более объемные. Если так вот посмотреть. Не, смотри, типа у Бэйдоу меньше, чем у Лизы. Ебать. Ну, мне кажется, что типа они наравне, на самом деле. Ладно, хватит пялиться. А то потом скажут, что у меня пошлые стримы.
We should look into the Adepti sigils next. But where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Мне больше такой размер нравится.
You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adept. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the Con. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you... But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for...
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see...
А, то есть еще и талисман сразу у нас будет. Заебись. Доска Хутау лучше. Ну, не сказал бы, что прям доска.
The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's.
I've finished forging the things you asked for too.
Заебись, давайте все мне и идите нахуй. Все, всем спасибо за помощь, ребятки. Я пошел один задавать вопрос. Было приятно с вами познакомиться. До свидания. О, уже достроился. Нахрена им тогда ядро и талисман? Вопрос. Для чего он нужен вообще? Не, ну прикольно, конечно, сделали разрабы, то, что решили вернуть нефритовый дворец. Это прикольно. Блять, FPS ебаный. То мышка, то FPS. Что происходит у меня вообще?
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already?
Да.
All three of you found them together. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners.
Мы победили!
I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the prostrate yet.
А мы вот быстрые.
I can't believe. So close, but so far.
Так близко, но так далеко вообще-то он сказал. Я вот знаю порой английский. И он сейчас именно эту фразу сказал, а не то, что написано.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber.
Huh? Where's Beidou?
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later.
Alright then. Guess we'll head on up to this.
Это что у нее за такие дела?
The last time...
Любопытно. О, привет.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is...
Yeah!
Паймон, ты вопрос не задаешь. Победителей трое. Ты не победила.
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement.
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that the Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city? It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now.
Она сейчас
Do come
задохнется.
see my play when the time comes.
Да, придем
You're
послушаем.
next. What is your question?
Сестра.
I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and if you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to...
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, so I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the...
Great! So next time we run out of Moro, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Так, а Бэйдоу, что, мы ее кинем, что ли?
This is a group effort.
Это как-то нечестно будет по отношению к ней-то.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
А где Бэйдоу?
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging.
Huh. A sense of belonging?
Yes. To become fond of a place, to perhaps someone you've met or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet a little later than expected.
Ты немного опоздала, твой вопрос проебали.
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back.
Beto? Ningguang? What are you talking?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation.
Скучные вы, сволочи.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liu. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, and I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Давай, посмотрим. А мы еще и полетели, что ли? Опять. Опять он.
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beto sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone.
О!
All hands! Tsunami incoming!
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
Ты куда прыгнула? Блин, интересно... Ух ты, ебать. Ага. Так себя пробить можно, хорошо. Да и пизда уже. Или нет? И чё? Что это? Что? Это, блядь, нечестно! Какой нахуй? Ебать, да меня сил-то не хватит! Давай, мразь. В смысле, блядь? Вас еще и трое? Так, ладно, эту атаку я запомнил. Очень выгодно. Но, только очень больно. Иди сюда. Хоть ты смотришь. Вылазь, вылазь. Бля, далеко вылез. Неинтересно. Вот еще третий вылез. Тихо, 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 тихо. И главное, чтобы Беннет у меня сидел нормально. Пол хп. На, почти добилась, сука, не штанила меня. А с хера ли у нее 3 головы вообще? Почему вот, типа, это супруга того, кого мы отпиздили? Эй! У нее, оказывается, 3 головы. Что? Сейчас будет 6 голов, да? Это все? На что ты способен? Ты ж бежит, блядь. Будапешт. Что, больно? Я знаю, что больно. Стараюсь для этого специально. Какой ты медленный босс вообще. Понятно, нужно ждать атаку, пока он уляжется. Ведь... А, нет, не уляжется. Вот он. Эй, подойди ко мне, дружочек. Ух, ух, ух. Спокойно. Заебешься убивать. Бешт. Ну, теперь тебе пизда настала. Зачем?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back.
Да пошли отпиздим, чё? До конца, блин, чтобы больше не вылез. Все нормально?
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
Влажно.
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the J...
А это случай не новый босс теперь? Я бы посражался с нормальным.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Ты красотка.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns...
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion.
Well, that I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself you have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will
Shenhe. One saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a...
Yes. I can't explain it. I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. In fact, one has many fond memories of...
There'll be no need for that.
Она сама расскажет.
They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you.
Ой, заплачь еще.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the... We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered...
Да босс-то на самом деле прикольный, он не сказал, что прям кривой какой-то. Типа, если сделать его основным из боссов и при этом усложнить, как вот жердяй-то вот от которого я его убить не могу, то вообще заебись. Нормальный босс. Как хорошо, что в Нефритовый дворец можно тпхнуться. О! Пьеса! Заебись. Хоть послушаем. Да, у нас такая толпа здесь. Такая еда, ты где еду видишь?
I am determined that each of you those who don't drink alcohol, please help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust...
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I hear she's going to perform the Divine Damsel of Devastation today.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
Она вышла! Надо посмотреть. Ну что ты расскажешь? Какую сказочку? Какой милый взгляд у нее сейчас был.
神女披冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
It was beautiful. Paimon wants to learn too.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you. Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chat.
О, ты перебухал, братец.
We'll all have a friendly chat.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
Рано или поздно она привыкнет, все
Hey,
нормально.
what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe.
Шанхэ. Тихо. Я на самом деле в этом выступлении в опере, я пару раз проржался. Тупо из-за того, что, блин, да, конечно, ну, поет хорошо, я не отрицаю, но, блядь, ей этот голос вообще так не подходит. Максимально просто ей не подходит. Условно, некоторые тона, вот это вот, очень низкие тона бывали, вот просто с этих я убивался.
To act. One after our trip to Mount Tianheng together. Next time I have a new opera.
Давай как-нибудь. Только не пой так больше.
Now that I think about it, I'm sure I have much to learn.
Наставница сказала принести талисман. Ага. Значит, это она виновата, то, что мы
You've made an
встретились.
exceptional contribution toward the building. I will not forget.
Да, теперь я могу спокойно сюда отпехаться. Так, а теперь вопрос. Мне, блядь, куда пойти для того, чтобы увидеть новую локацию? А, кстати, прятки надо заценить. Вот оно что.